I really had to pick an unflattering camera earlier, didn't I? I'm gonna watch the first episode of Mandalorian. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'm done with Star Wars. If you watch some of my other videos, you know why. At this point, especially since the sequel trilogy, it's overplayed, it's overdone, it's oversaturated. At least back when all we had was the original trilogy, and right on the cusp, pardon, this is their breakfast, and that was coffee. Right on the cusp of having the prequels, everything was ramping up. You know, for me personally, I was starting to get into it. 96, 95. Man, I was, you had the remastered editions on VHS, and yeah. And then I started with the special editions, which never ended. And they still claim that the film was made in 1977. This should be 1977, 20XDX or whatever it is that they finalized, quote unquote, the film. Whatever. I'm not going to go on about that. So because of the oversaturation, speaking of oversaturation, and I'm going to overpronounce that every time I say it, you have Baby Yoda, aka Goro Goku, or whatever this Smeggy's name. I don't care. I don't care. So that's oversaturated. Oversaturated. What, for those of you who may not know what that means, oversaturated is when something in pop culture is literally everywhere you go. Imagine, if you will, a studio apartment where the water heater blowed up. That water has saturated the apartment and everything you own. That's it. And out of the mold that grew out of the items that you had that were water damaged, grew that little green butthole. So, and I only hate it. Granted, yeah, is it cute? Yes. Is it a dough ball? Yes. Is it annoying as smeg because it's everywhere you can turn around and look? Yes. I kid you not. One time I went to the bathroom and pooped. It was a friggin' ad for the Mandalorian, right? I mean, seriously, I can't escape it. So, I don't know why that's on my finger. So I'm going to watch the first episode right now. Tell you what I think of it afterwards. I'm going to go through, there's 8 episodes in season 1 and 8 episodes. I'm going to vlog this. So I'm probably going to run through a few episodes here. They're only half hour each, which is surprising. I figured it'd be an hour long episodes, but whatever. Excuse me. Let's just get this over with. Seriously. I'm watching it on my PlayStation. Get over it. Alright. Gather up my notes. Yeah. So the Chrome character logo in the beginning is kind of stupid. The fact that they're nicknamed Mando in the series is stupid. A lot of shaky cam, a lot of hand cam, and it's gone to being a quote unquote art form where instead of it just being like, okay, someone using a camera and it's a little shaky, there's a specific movement which is really irritating, and it's stupid. It's a cliched camera movement now instead of it being natural. It's almost like how when you're playing Skyrim or any other Bethesda game like that, Fallout, where like the weapon moves a specific way in front of the. Even though if you walk around with a big old machete or something like that and you hate it, that can be waggling it around in front of your dang face. It's stupid. Excuse me. CGI. I know that they gotta poop these out, within a specific time frame. But would it be evil if they went to practical effects to do some of these things? Okay, so the first bounty that not Mando, because that's not how you spell it, picked up was an annoying turd, and it never really mentioned what happened to him. I don't think it did. I maybe he got killed and put in carbonite. I don't know. Whatever. Annoying as Smeg, and I can guarantee that's probably why he was. He had a bounty on him because people just wanted him dead for being too dang annoying and wouldn't shut up. I mean, how hard would it be for bounty hunters to be like, that, punch him in the throat, whatever, and be done with it. And he could have pissed his pants, whatever. I don't care, because that was like, I want to go use the bathroom, and then. So Gillface goes downstairs to use the toilet, and of course he's looking around for a way to escape or some other malarkey. He mentions Life Day. The only thing that is supposed to be continuity from that craptastic holiday special is Kashyyyk. He mentions that. He's like, if it wasn't for this, I would have, I thought I was going to make it home for Life Day. I guess not, or whatever. And then the Mando shoots him or something like that, or decks him. I don't know what happens. But while he's downstairs in the poop room, there's like a bunch of his bounties in carbonite. Now, they never really said that this was a thing that they did, carbonite freezing. It seemed to be more. In Empire Strikes Back, it seemed to be more of like what's the word I'm looking for? An improvisation. That, let's throw them in a block of carbonite, can't cause any trouble, no problems, and we can ship them FedEx and not even worry about it. But apparently that's a thing that they do, and apparently carbonite freezing is like can be done like anywhere, everywhere. Every place has a carbonite freezing chamber apparently. And okay, there's a lot of like fan service parts, which is stupid as smeg. Like when before they get to the ship, they call up a land speeder, more CGI. Which is very reminiscent of Luke's, minus that there's a droid up front. Astromech droid, which it's an astromech droid. That's what the R2 units are. They're astromech droids. Why the crap is it piloting a Smegan land speeder? An astromech is supposed to be like help with astronavigation and apparently ship repairs while you're flying around. Apparently on the secondary planet they eat crumbs, so they was on a spit, which is kind of funny. The salacious crumb species, I don't know what it is. Maybe they're called crumbs, who knows, because they're so tasty and delicious. But they have one on a spit rotating over fire, and then they had like the puppet. It would look like an actual puppet, not a CG monstrosity, sitting in a cage, which was just it being able to spit. Fine, I would have fine, but oh yes, and Amanda has a tragic backstory. He was a foundling, which I guess anything with "ling" on the end of it is just means like child, so saying child, youngling, which is redundant. And which, side note, I see a lot of stuff, a lot of branded Darth Vader Valentine's Day gifts. Yes, because nothing says love like trying to choke your spouse and then killing a bunch of children. Happy Valentine's Day. So, even more CGI with the stupid little biped frog monsters of Boggy Creek or whatever they are. That they have to do. Of course, they have to do like a montage of him falling off the dang thing several times, or whatever. Which a little hackneyed. And then the friggin' dog faced pony soldier. He kept saying, "I have spoken." Like, okay, big smeggy Neil. I don't care. Oh, and then Amanda gets corrected because he misgendered the bog monster, the Froggy Creek bog monster. He misgendered it, so he gets instructed on his proper pronouns. So that's always something important. And then he runs into an IG unit who is on the bounty for the green midget, and pretty much to give the idea, never send a droid to do a Mando's job. And then I'm going to call him IG 2020 because I don't know his name, but I don't care. So IG 2020 seems to be like more like his dancing than it is fighting. Is it's like, okay, I'm shooting this way, right? Guns akimbo, and then all of a sudden, this arm in the chest swings around and rotates to become this arm. And I'm like, that's pointless. Seriously, either that or it's got some really stupid articulation, which is... I mean, considering how, like, Star Wars figures, especially in the 3 3/4 inch scale, have pretty much gone backwards as far as articulation and detail is concerned, I don't put it past it. I need to change this. It's either that or the lighting is just making me look worse. Excuse me. Also, Amanda pretty much talks too much. I know that that this person, assuming by the voice that it is a he, although it could be like a boggy monster, and you know it hasn't manifested its insignia / pronouns yet. I don't know. It friggin' Bounty Hunter talks too much, way too much. Boba Fett, when he was introduced, granted I know they're different characters, but if you're trying to build off of that lore and everything, only spoke when he needed to. And that should be the thing. Like, for instance, in my opinion, I think what dude should have done is grapple hook the bomb out, because IG 2020 kept trying to self detonate, which was just like, okay, whatevs. So grapple hook the dang thing out of his chest, throw it at the bad guys, use this friggin' hunk of metal as a well, not human shield, but a droid shield, which of course is going to shoot because it wants to defend itself and not be shot, and do, you know, whatever. However, the minigun thing, that was kind of neat. I think that it overall, as outside of these things I'm mentioning here, it's just the characters. I mean, I hate when they try to. They need to go back and they need to write it the way that write the stuff the way because there's a little twinge of the modern prequel or sequels rather sense of humor in it, a little twinge of it, which is irritating, especially when they did that with what is it, Rogue One. They did that too. Stupid. Apparently, because there's like Shaolin monks in space, so they had to do the stupid, his stupid lines from that movie, in that movie. So that sort of here, especially with the blue idiot in the beginning. I kind of wish it was shorter so I can call him the blue midget, which is something from Red Dwarf. But I digress. With him, it was irritating. The whole... I'm guessing that the Mandalorian species / culture is just all bounty hunters. Like, there's no such thing as a Mandalorian that isn't a bounty hunter. They're not a race of people. They are a culture. Okay? That's like... In a way, it's almost like saying... I mean, given everything previously, especially with, Jango the Fett and Boba T, they made it look like they were from like a race or whatever. So I don't know, kind of dopey in my opinion. That they, okay, fine, if that's what they want to do, fine. But I don't know, the Imperial. Look like a senator reject. He's got a couple of stormtroopers that are still loyal, and his nerdy assistant bumbles in and gives the bounty hunter the. All they have is like the age of the creature, the last known location, blah blah blah. 50 years old that the green turd is supposed to be. So. And how do you measure age in space? We measure age based on one solar cycle. Planets have different sizes and different cycles. Presumably that there are other inhabitable planets out there using reality. How do you agree on a galactic age of a person and or being? How do you gauge that? So, the fact that, and if it's different from planet to planet, then, or species to species, whatever. What do you base a year on? What do you base age on? It doesn't make any sense, but. So, there's that. And then, so at the end of it, IG 2020 was going to kill the 50-year-old infant. To which I'm like, okay, they already established it that the bounty hunter is going to get more caps if it's alive, brought in alive, but would subsequently get less if dead. So, okay. That's why he shot IG 2020 in the head and decided to play E.T. Phone Home with the thing. I don't know. So, and I got to pause on the end credits here. This is Dave Felony directed this, so that tells me everything I need to know there. So, what did I think of it? I'm going to watch the whole of it. So this one, take it or leave it. I really, fine, whatever. Serviceable, but I think that if they continue to do a lot of the fan service crap, it's going to be stupid. They're just playing fast and loose with the continuity all over the place. They already have done, anyhow. Especially Lucas himself, before he even passed it off to Disney, so he was playing fast and loose with his own continuity. So, I don't know. It's, I guess, fine if you don't mind the what some would consider nitpicks that I brought up. It's fine, I guess. I don't like it. I mean, I can see, at least at this point, why some would. Okay. And here's the thing. Don't take me wrong. If you like it, more power to you. Go for it. Don't care. I just don't like. What's a good example? Just like how some people will outright tell some Christians, keep it in your church. Which that only applies to that in that subject. It never applies to someone's sexual preference, someone's eating habits if they happen to be vegan, or advertising of a green turd. It's never keep it to yourself. Nobody else cares. Nobody wants to know. But only if you happen to be a Christian, and that only applies to you. So, gotta love continuity. Continuity of thought and logic. So, regardless, like I said, if you like it, don't care. I'm not saying you're wrong for liking it. I would say that there's reasons there that I don't like it, and those reasons are valid to someone like me. If you like it, go for it. Don't care. Buy the t-shirt, send a postcard, whatever you want to do. I don't care. Alright? I'm just sick and tired of seeing this literally everywhere. And it's only for the sake of marketing that it was even created to begin with. My hypothesis of whether or not this could be that the child, that Goro Goku could be basically swapped out with an object will be put to the test. I do want to see if that's a valid assessment, sight unseen, before watching this. So that's going to be stuck in the back of my brain. I'm going to watch out for that. Because if that's the case, my headache is unnecessary. My headache with this show is unnecessary. So, I don't know. I'd probably, out of maybe a 3 out of 5. I mean, I would rate of 10, but yeah, say if I'm going to give it any marks, 5 being the top, about a 3. It's passable. It's fine. It's not a 2 or a 1. Overall, this first episode, it's a 3. So, I give it three blue guild idiots out of 5. Hats off to Decker Shadow, who probably will never actually see this. So anyway, join me for episode 2, whatever this next name it is, and we'll have fun arguing about that. Bye.